Let us now go to visual diagnosis of the hands. The topic is dry, cracked, peeling palms, and sweaty palms. Dry, cracked, and peeling palms are generally due to blood deficiency, either of the liver and or heart. And if dryness is very pronounced and the hands are also itchy, it indicates wind in the skin. When dry, cracked, and peeling palms are due to blood deficiency, there will be dry and brittle nails, dry skin, dizziness, tiredness, and a pale tongue with a pulse that is choppy or fine. Other symptoms and signs depend on whether there is liver blood or heart blood deficiency. If it is due to blood deficiency with wind, there will be severe itching, dry and brittle nails, dry skin, slight tremor of the head and or hand, facial tics, dizziness, blurred vision, unilateral numbness, and or tingling of a limb. The tongue will be pale and thin, and the pulse will be choppy or fine and slightly wiry. Sweaty palms is related primarily to the heart and lung channels and may be due to either deficiency of qi or yin or to heat in one of these two organs. If the sweaty palms is due to lung qi deficiency, there will be slight shortness of breath, slight cough, weak voice, spontaneous daytime sweating, dislike of speaking, bright white complexion, propensity to catching colds, tiredness, dislike of cold, a pale tongue, and an empty pulse. The acupuncture points to be used are lung 7, lung 9, Ren 12, and bladder 13. If sweaty palms are due to lung yang deficiency, there will be pale hands, cold hands, slight shortness of breath, slight cough with profuse and watery sputum, weak voice, spontaneous daytime sweating, dislike of speaking, bright white complexion, propensity to catching colds, tiredness, dislike of cold, a feeling of cold of the upper back, absence of thirst, pale and slightly wet tongue, and a pulse is weak. The acupuncture points to be used are lung 7, lung 9, Ren 12, and bladder 13. If sweaty palms are due to lung yin deficiency, it will be worse in the afternoon. There will be hot palms, cough that is dry or with scanty or sticky sputum, weak and or hoarse voice, dry mouth and throat, tickly throat, tiredness, dislike of speaking, thin body or thin chest, night sweating, normal colored tongue without coating or with a rootless coating in the front part, and the pulse will be empty and floating. The acupuncture points to be used are lung 9, spleen 6, and Ren 12. When it is due to heart qi deficiency, the palms will become sweaty when someone is nervous. There will be palpitations, shortness of breath on exertion, pale face, tiredness, slight depression, spontaneous sweating, and the tongue will be pale and the pulse will be empty. The acupuncture points to be used for this is heart 5, stomach 36, and Ren 6. Sweaty palms that are due to heart yang deficiency will have a cold sweat when nervous. There will be cold hands, palpitations, shortness of breath on exertion, tiredness, spontaneous sweating, a slight feeling of discomfort or stuffiness in the heart region. There will be feeling of cold, a bright pale face, slightly dark lips, and the tongue will be pale and the pulse will be deep and weak. The acupuncture points that we use is heart 5, stomach 36, Ren 6, and dew 14. If it is due to heart yin deficiency, the sweaty palms will be worse in the evening or when someone is nervous. There will be palpitations, insomnia, dream disturbed sleep, poor memory, anxiety, propensity to be startled, mental restlessness, uneasiness, feeling hot and bothered, dry mouth and throat, night sweating. The tongue will be normal in color but without coating or with a rootless coating. The pulse will be floating and empty, especially on the left front position. We use the acupuncture points heart 7 and spleen 6. If the sweaty palms is due to lung heat, the hands will be hot, there will be cough, slight breathlessness, feeling of heat, chest ache, flaring of nostrils, thirst, a red face, and the tongue will be red with a yellow coating. The pulse will be overflowing and rapid. The hands will be hot if the sweaty palms is due to heart fire, especially when one is anxious. There will be palpitations, thirst, mouth and tongue ulcers, mental restlessness, feeling agitated, insomnia, dream disturbed sleep, feeling of heat, red face, the mouth will have a bitter taste, the tongue will be red with a redder tip and a yellow coating, and the pulse will be overflowing and rapid. Thank you so much for your attention.